All right, we're going to do some more review today, and we're going to look at writing equations from tables. So first I'm going to show you a real-world relationship. It says the table shows how much Amanda earns for walking 1, 2, or 3 dogs. Use the table to determine how much Amanda earns per dog. Then write an equation that models the relationship between number of dogs walked and earnings. Use your equation to complete the table. So my table began with just the blue. So I had 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, and 20. And I only knew the 8 for one dog, 2 is $16, and 3 dogs, she earns $24. Okay, so first we're going to look for a pattern, and I noticed for each dog she added, she is increasing her earnings by $8. So based on the pattern, Amanda earns $8 for each dog she walks. So I'm going to write an equation that relates the number of dogs Amanda walks to the amount she earns. We're going to let E represent earnings and D represent dogs. So she is earning $8 per dog, so E equals 8D. Then, given our equation, we're going to complete the table for 5, 10, and 20 dogs. So I input 8 times 5, so 8 times 5 is 40. And then I've got 10, so 8 times 10, 80. And then 8 times 20 is 160. So then I completed the table, and I was able to determine how much she earns for walking 5 dogs, 10 dogs, and 20 dogs. Next, we're going to look at writing equations given these tables. And so it says compare your x and y values to find a pattern. So I recognized that my x values go up by 1, my y values are going up by 1. And then I also noticed when I have take 1 away, I have 0. I take half away and I have 0. So this is going to be a proportional equation. So each value for y is 1/2 or half times the corresponding x value. And our pattern to write our equation, y equals 1/2 or 0.5 as a decimal, x. Next table I have here, it says compare the x and y values to find the pattern. So my table was going up by 2 for the x's, and then y values were also going up by 2. Then I also wanted to look and see if this was proportional, so I worked backwards. So I subtracted 2 to get to 0, which meant I subtracted 2 on the y value to get my corresponding y value. This is not proportional. So this is telling me that my y values are going to be 3 greater than whatever my x value is. So each y value is 3 more than the corresponding x value. Use the pattern to write an equation expressing y in terms of x. So y over x, 2 over 2 is just 1. So my slope is going to be 1, and I don't write that in my equation. And I'm going to add this 3 because this is non-proportional. So y equals x plus 3, which is the same as 1x plus 3. So when I don't see a number there, I need to know that my slope is 1. All right, your turn. For each table, write an equation that expresses y in terms of x. So I'm going to have you give me an equation for 2, 3, 4, and 5. And looking at y equals, that's how you're going to type that in, and then whatever you get for your equation. All right, so for number 2, the table's going backwards, notice that. So our x values are moving down, but our y values are moving down. So if I were to flip it, it would be the same thing. And as my x values are going up by 1, my y values are going up by 1. So then I want to look at the difference between my x's and my y's. And I see that my y values are 2 less than. So I'm going to end up with y equals x minus 2. So my slope is just 1. The change is only 1. Number 3, I have plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5. All All right, so I want to look here and see what my rate would be, which would be 5 over 2, which I can write that as a decimal, is 2.5. So y equals 2.5x. And you can also work that backwards to make sure that this is proportional, but it is. 4. So again, there's just a difference of 1. So now I need to look and see, because this is not going to be proportional. So my slope is just going to be 1. What's the difference between y and x? Well, my y values, they're adding 5. We're adding 5. We're adding 5 to every one of those. So y equals x plus 5. And the last one, proportional. So I shouldn't see anything added or taken away. And then, so this is plus 1, plus 2, plus 1, plus 2. So when I do my 2 divided by 1, I get 2. So y equals 2x. I hope you did good on those, and let me know if you need any help with that.